I'm afraid, Your Majesty, interest in the princess's private life is unlikely to die down anytime soon.
The press are on our tails constantly.
It's so lovely speaking with you today. And what a beautiful job you did on this performance, truly.
Thank you. Thank you.
Really. I mean, what was the very first thing when you found out you were going to be playing Princess Diana? What was the very first thing you did?
I said yes to the part immediately.
Yeah.
Very little thought. And then I went away and I sort of stood very still and thought, oh my gosh, how on earth does anyone do this? My process really was, you know, because of COVID,
yeah,
I had a lot of time, which is really, that's like, time is the greatest luxury for an actor if you have time to rehearse or you have time to prepare. And I had a lot of time, so I spent it doing a lot of research, which I took very seriously because I felt like really very naive at the beginning of this. I didn't actually know very much. I kind of had like a snatch of my idea of who this person was, but it wasn't really that filled in at all. And so I took it very seriously and I was very thorough. I tried to learn as much as I could.
And I'm curious, I mean, in doing that research, is there something new that you found out that surprised you and would actually even surprise us about her?
I feel, I mean, it's all the things I learned, I then tried to put in. I mean, like what kept coming back to me whenever I would ask questions from people who knew her was just how quick and witty and funny she was. And I think that we have this image, in a way, there was so much coverage on her, of the difficulties of the marriage and the difficulties of the media portrayal, but learning that really inside this person was this glorious sense of humor, that was really, really important for me to learn. And, you know, everybody had a quick story of her being really, really cheeky and playful. So I would put that in, and there was, you know, I loved learning small facts. Like I loved learning that she was a terrible cook, for instance. I remember thinking, that's kind of useful. And just, you know, it's the practical things that that feel like little gems, pieces of like treasure that you can sort of thread in, because your goal is just to try and make a character as authentic as you can.
All one wants is for that girl to find peace.
Mommy, you okay?
I'm okay.
I have to imagine in your career, there are so many parts, but landing something like this on something that is so meaningful to so many people. I mean, what was it like taking on this character, playing Dodi Fayed?
It's been one of the great honors and privileges of my life.
Wow.
You know, I had an inkling of what it would mean to me at the beginning when I accepted the role. But now that I'm at the other end of it, I mean, I don't think I quite imagined how much bigger it would be for me, you know?
Were you ever on the yacht in some of those scenes, you know, those iconic pictures that were in the tabloids and all those videos? Did you ever look at Elizabeth and did it feel so surreal recreating those images?
I mean, getting on the boat, the yacht for the first time, I was so intimidated. First of all, by the yacht, because it's like intimidating, but secondly, because yeah, we were about to approach those iconic images, and that was the beginning of the deep work that we were doing, me and Elizabeth together.
You've seen the images on the television. Diana gave people what they needed. All over the world, in their thousands. And they adored her for it.
You want to talk about surreal, there's, you know, Elizabeth, the extraordinary actress, extraordinary human being, one of the most profound and beautiful collaborations I've had in my life. But 2/3 of the way through filming, she looks at me and we're sat in the back of the car and she's like, you know, Khalib, you look so much like Dodi. And I looked at her because it was just entirely ridiculous coming from her. Because there we were in Barcelona at the time, and there were literally crowds who had come to catch a glimpse of the aura of Diana as inhabited by Elizabeth.
Yeah.
And, you know, this sort of surreal, I mean, it's more than surreal. It's sort of this mix of surreal and sacred. It's quite something.
This is going to be the biggest thing that any of us has ever seen.